Y'all, this looked, I can't believe what I was able to transform this into now. I mean, looking at this now, kind of what we had came from, that looked like dog poo. I mean, I can't believe you all let me keep that like that long. No, I mean, I'm just saying this whole redesign, this like repurposing what was once, if you're new, what was once just the massive open Indian rhinoceros habitat has completely changed form. Now we've got the Komodo dragon habitat over here. I've got 3 of them in here. I don't know what the story can be behind this big fallen tree. I don't know if we should think like, see, I kind of honestly wish that tree was like didn't have the branches, like if it was a dead version of this tree. Because I love how the exposed branches come out and they climb underneath it and they go and they kind of get under the shade under there. We could, you could almost act like it grew like that, or like a storm toppled it over. Because you can see it's not out here in the path or anything, but I just think it looks so cool with the branches like just barely hovering over the ground here. And they're kind of back in there hiding. Got them a little pond, scattered out a little bit of the rock work. Like I said, I really like the Suyana naturalistic type barriers instead of the barriers just like being like, oh, okay, so yeah, they can't get out of there. That's their fencing. This is just a little more, like I said, I just like the natural flow of things here. Looks like the rocks are the only thing keeping them in, but we know we have this big barrier that kind of, that the rocks butt up against. But look at all the different little sight lines you have in here now, where you might not even give this another pass if it was just like some rhinos walking around over there near where the pond was. But now, like, you could really get right up to this edge, and there's a freaking Komodo dragon right there. Oh, they just got fed, so they're kind of running around over there. And then once you make your way over to this way, I even have this path here where you can cut through and look right down on them. That one likes the water. That's the first time. Let's see, which one is that one? Let me back out of here a minute. That is Dumati. It's the first time I've seen that one in the water since I put him in here. But this one right here, Wulan, stays in that pond. Must just really like it. They go berserk when the food gets put in though. But yeah, so does this not look 1,000 times better? There it goes again. Does this not look 1,000 times better than just when the rhinos were in here? And then look, this is just a completely open, a third exhibit over here. I haven't even decided what to put in here yet. I'd like to put something in here that likes water, just because I like the way that pond looks, and it kind of breaks up just the, like the Komodo dragons are pretty much dirt, rubbed in, soil, and the same way with our Indian rhinos over here. So that pond being in the third exhibit, I think really just breaks up these 3 really, really well. But in a couple of you, maybe Simply Savannah, maybe Linda, one of you guys were saying it would be neat to get some kind of mammal over here. So I'll kind of have to look, because as far as this goes, I love the wamba tree, I love the big pond, the lily pads. I'll definitely have to do some work over here. I've got the terrain leveling's pretty cool. May go ahead and get rid of these. And, but yeah, I'll kind of go through the animal list and see what I can come up with over there. Oh, and that's not the only thing I've messed on. But yeah, just look at this whole paddock here. It's just taken on a completely different life now, hasn't it? Like when you're down here, you're getting ready to come in, it's not just a massive rhino exhibit anymore. You can peel off to the left, and you've got this, like almost like rhino herd back there. Or if you go to the right, you've got like the Komodo dragon lair over here. I just think this is so stinking cool. I have not been. Remember, this is Michelle's. These are just like like administration buildings over here. It's actually meant, Michelle designed it as a hotel. I'm kind of using it as Suyana type office buildings. You know, management, accountants, you know, stuff like that, actually in the zoo. I think that would be pretty cool to have, like, you know, pretty important for like a zoo staff to, like, instead of having accountants and all that, like, off property, I think it'd be cool to have them actually in the zoo where they have to walk by and see the animals they're planning for, possibly thinking about cutting budgets for. You know, I just think it would make everyone like a more cohesive team. You know, with all operations being inside Suyana. Nothing is like downtown of just people crunching numbers. They are like steeped here within the zoo. So they have to have, you know, it's kind of like they have to come face to face with the animals that they're making decisions for and stuff, you know. So I think that would be just cool, like from the, you know, the CEOs down to the VPs, down to the accountants, to HR. Everybody is at the zoo. There are no off-site offices. But yeah, I think you guys are real. I'm going to get this uploaded to the workshop too soon, but I think you guys are really going to dig this new, our new little elephant area, or excuse me, our Indian and Komodo, Indian Rhino and Komodo dragon area. But also, check this out. I was telling you all on Twitter, I've went in and redone the Jaguar habitat as well, really decluttered it. And look at some of the sight lines we have now. Because remember, this was just a giant bald mess of bushes. And now I've come in and decluttered, and you can watch them pretty much all throughout the exhibit now. There are a couple little places back there they can hide in the bushes, but for the most part, you can see them now. We still have their waterfall and their little lagoon up there. But I've just taken a totally different type of revamp for this whole area, for all the enclosures really. Like my next big task, I kind of want to see how even the Indian elephant exhibit is kind of like the Rhino exhibit. It's just a massive like open field. I want to come in here and get a little more detailed. And, you know, we'll kind of see, I still want to give them this much space. I'm not lowering the Indian elephant space like we did with the rhinos, but there's some things I think we can do to come in and kind of close that up a little bit. What else do we need to mess with? You know, the giraffe exhibit is okay-ish. I think there's maybe some more rock work and stuff I can do in here. So, you know, we'll take a look at that. Remember, the meerkat exhibit over here is implied, so there's not really anything in there, and I think that came out really, really good. Our African elephants, I like it. I think there could be some more terrain undulation here. But then, of course, you know, you got to be careful with the elephants too. You don't want them tripping, falling down the hills and stuff. But remember, we kind of already started the process with the elephants as far as closing off the massive waterfall over there. So they've got a pretty good jump start on the redesign of a lot of Suyana. So, you know, may leave theirs kind of like it is. Over here, you know, I'm pretty happy with the lion exhibit, other than the big giant exposed fence over here is kind of un-Suyana-like. So I still think I might take some of the rock wall work and maybe put that up. And, you know, try to figure out something for the lions that kind of, you know, naturalize the habitat a little more. What about our kind of same way with our tigers? I'm wondering if there's a way that I can almost get rid of this fencing, but make it to where it would be safely believable that they couldn't get across. So maybe even with, because see the fencing just kind of, see how it just kind of blocks off the whole feel of their enclosure. So I don't know, guys, we'll have to, I'm definitely thinking, you know, how can I make that look more natural? You know, that out there, that out here looks pretty decent. We've got the tortoise fencing up. I really like their little enclosure. It's just like a perfect little nook over here for both of them. You know, like kind of like a low energy, just, you know, smaller little exhibit. Still have the barrier up right here though, where they can't get across. Same way over here. Really fun watching these guys. Smaller exhibit. And that is pretty much it for as far as the big revamps go that I've started so far. So you guys will kind of have to let me know what you think about the new Komodo dragon area and how we've kind of switched up the script here, didn't we? With the Rhino area. The crocodiles are good. I like their little space here, mainly water, which is, you know, obviously what we were going for. The little lower tier viewing kind of like the viewing platform here worked out really, really well. That would be an awesome shot if you were really in here. You know, one of the things, also the elephant in the room, still do not have anything figured out yet for the floating mountains area. But you know, we'll work on it. Like I said, I'm back in Suyana now. I want some kind of exhibit over here. So this mountain, this kind of like, you know, big clump of land will be leveled most likely. I was even thinking maybe do meerkats back in there, like this little, kind of like this little cove area, do a meerkat exhibit. And then, like we said, we've got to figure out something that kind of pulls you back here into the trails and the lagoons here of the floating mountains. Get something back in there. Be cool if we did get like birds in November or December. Do like some kind of, you know, bird exhibit over here. This area came out real fun. Still kind of working on some ideas on how to incorporate the tree house. I want it to be where people actually come up here. So I'm going to try to work on some pathing and maybe put some shops, like some functional shops up there, if I can make it happen. Because how awesome would it be if we were down here, like say you're down here taking in Jaguar Falls and you actually see people like all Swiss Family Robinson style, kind of walking along the treehouse up there. And then of course I've got to start working on more of the parking lot area. So there is just a lot of fun stuff going on and a lot of swirling ideas. The Gharial exhibit, it's cool. I'm really, you know, I'm kind of happy with the way that turned out. Not really much left to do over there. Our main little shopping district here, I love this view, kind of coming down through the gift shops and the hotel. The adventure area, really, really cool. Happy with it. The flamingo paddock, people really like it. It's a pretty popular little spot. Come over here and watch the greater flamingos. They've got their little lagoon and waterfall. So that's really, really fun. And then the larger kind of like shopping district here that kind of leads you back towards the giraffes. Popular spot. So yeah, that's just kind of what we're rolling with in Suyana right now. I've just kind of been hit with some big inspiration all of a sudden, particularly thanks to Remnant and some of his shots that he's been showing us from Balboa has just really kind of amped me back up to get in here and you know, just kind of give these enclosures, some of them, a second look that may have been rushed or done a little lazily. So, you know, it's fun. I'm having fun again. My ideas are starting to pop again with Planet Zoo. And what's weird this time is it didn't take a DLC for that to happen. So if I can really get rolling with this again and a new DLC comes out, I think we will really be popping again with Suyana. So anyways, guys, I'm Stan Wolf. As always, thank you for stopping by and hanging out with me. And don't forget to catch me in some live streams. We're doing those now again, kind of randomly. Go check out Poison Blades and Cayenne Al-Bashar. His cinematic just came out. I'm going to do a cinematic for it. And yep, I will catch you guys in the next video. Thank you. See ya.